Hey guys, happy Tuesday. It's Joe and it's time for a Puckett with Joe. Appreciate you guys. Matt, already jumping in. You guys are getting quick. You must have hit that subscribe button. And if you haven't, make sure you do so you know when we go live. We go live every weekday at 3:30 Eastern. A couple minutes late here today, but we try to hit off right at that 3:30 Eastern. Weekends is a little different though, so make sure you hit that subscribe because you don't want to miss out. You guys, we've got 10 games on the ice tonight, but we can't talk about these 10 games until we say, thank God the LA Kings covered that puck line, crushing Edmonton yesterday. That was the highlight of the night for me. Now, a couple teams really may let us down. The Buffalo Sabres. Who the hell thought they'd get shut out by the Philadelphia Flyers? I sure didn't. I apologize to everyone who tailed me on that. Really thought the Buffalo Sabres were going to do something in that game. And then the Ottawa Senators falling flat on their face as well. We got the Kraken's team total over 3.5, which was nice value, minus 112, I believe it was. And then we got the Kings on the money line as well as on the puck line. So end of the day, sort of positive there. Great plus money with the LA Kings. Let's make some freaking money, John. That is what it is all about today. It's beautiful outside here. I keep seeing people walking past my studio. I think it's time to go for a walk after this, but let's talk about these 10 games, you guys. We are going to kick them off with the first game here. Now, this one kicks off at what time? 7 o'clock Eastern, the Columbus Blue Jackets will be taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning. We've got a total of 6.5 in this one, and we've got the Tampa Bay Lightning coming in as the favorites at minus 480. Yeah, you heard me right. This is a huge favorite position for the Tampa Bay Lightning, and rightly so. The Columbus Blue Jackets are really struggling, especially as of late. Now they're expected to start Korpisalo here. He's got a 3.1 goals against average, and Andre Vasilevsky still expected here for the Tampa Bay Lightning. We know how phenomenally strong he is with his 2.45. The main difference between these two teams is both sides of the ice. These teams are drastically different here. We have such a strong offense and defensive team out of the Tampa Bay Lightning. On the Columbus Blue Jackets, they're struggling to score, only averaging 2.54 goals per game and allowing 3.87. They're allowing the 31st most shots on goal as well at 35.1. So I feel for their goalies here in this one. Their defense is not stepping up. Now, the Blue Jackets have not won one of the last 5 meetings in Tampa Bay either. And we got the Tampa Bay Lightning coming in here so hot at home. They won their last 7 at home. I love Braden Point for that anytime goal for the Tampa Bay Lightning tonight, too. That's a plus 100. That is a really nice bet. We're going to see the Tampa Bay Lightning come out really strong. So where can we find value in this one, you guys? You know, I really don't love that puck line. We're still not getting enough value on the puck line for the full game. But we are getting value on the puck line for that first period. If you grab the Tampa Bay Lightning in that first period at minus 0.5, we're getting this at minus 112. And I do think there's extreme value here. The Blue Jackets just do not play well in Tampa against Tampa. And we've got such a strong Tampa team. I think they come out and light up the back of the net right away in that first period. On Korpisalo, I think the defense of the Columbus Blue Jackets lets them down. So give me the Tampa Bay Lightning in the first period, minus 0.5. And if I'm looking at this total, I'm going to lean to the under, just because I really struggle to see the Columbus Blue Jackets scoring in this one. Now, I was looking at the Columbus Blue Jackets team total over 2.5 or under 2.5, excuse me, but it was too highly juiced. So no value there. The only value I can find in this one is Tampa in the first period. On that puck line, you guys. The next game on the board, this is going to be a battle. We have the Minnesota Wild taking on the New York Rangers. Now, this one is at 7 o'clock Eastern. We have the Rangers at minus 142, plus 118 for the Wild. Total sitting solid at 6. And I think the solid number of 6, while it is scary, you have to hit it under. I'm looking for the defenses and goaltending to really control this game. I know both of these teams have the explosive offensive ability to make this one go over that total, with the Wild averaging 3.15 goals per game and the New York Rangers averaging 3.24. They're both getting the shots on goal as well, but we've got 2 phenomenal goalies in net tonight. Marc-Andre Fleury expected here for the Wild, and Igor Shesterkin expected for the New York Rangers. This is going to be a battle in the Garden tonight, you guys. I think it is a really tight game here. I'm going to lean on the New York Rangers at home at -140. I do think there is value in them here. The Rangers have won their last 4 against the Western Conference. And while I'd like to tell you to take them on that puck line, they haven't been strong on the puck line. You guys know I'm always searching for value. I just can't get there. 7-13 on that puck line. The Wild 10-8 on the road on the puck line. I think this is going to be a tight one where it's a 1-goal game. So we also look at the Rangers coming off overtime. And I know this was, I believe, a Saturday versus the Devils. We know it's a couple days, but they are 0-5 on that puck line as a favorite following an overtime game. And they've also lost their last 4 as a home favorite following overtime. So something to weigh into account here. I do think the Rangers will be the team that comes out with the win on home ice, but this is going to be a hard one, you guys. This is not one to bet a lot of money on. I think the safer way to go is the under 6 in this one rather than taking a side. Walter, for my other picks, you can check me out on other social media. This show is just for hockey, but I do have other picks that I put out, on my YouTube as well, just not on this show. Make sure you guys do hit that like button. I appreciate it so very much. Okay, you guys, let's get to the next one. What's the next game on the board? We have the New Jersey Devils taking on the Carolina Hurricanes. Wow, this is going to be another phenomenal game. We have such great games on the ice today. Like I said, 10 on the ice. Now we know the Canes have owned the Devils, winning the last 4 meetings in Carolina. Devils coming in here at +126. We've been riding Jack Hughes for that anytime goal, and it hasn't let us down. So why stop tonight? I'm going to take Jack Hughes for an anytime goal of the Devils. Vanek expected here for the Devils. He's got a 2.34 goals against average, and Carolina expected to start Kochetkov. If I can pronounce his name right, he's got a 2.2. Now, Carolina at home is -152 in this one. They won the last matchup. January 1st, I believe it was New Year's Day, it was a 5-4 win. Now it was a high scoring one. And this is one of those matchups where we have such strong defenses. These teams trend to the under in Carolina, but I can't get there with the under. This number sitting solid at 6. I'd have to take it over. We know the abilities of these teams offensively. And every time I've looked at these teams and taking it under, it's really done me no favors. We look at the shots on goal both of these teams are able to put up, with the Carolina Hurricanes first in the league, averaging 35.9, and the New Jersey Devils third in the league, averaging 34.9. So they really rely on their shots on goal. We've got strong goaltending. I think we find these goals going in, but also defensively, they're able to really limit each other. Carolina Hurricanes first overall in blocked or allowed shots on goal, only allowing 26.2. And the New Jersey Devils only allowing that 27.3. So this is going to be a hard-hitting battle out on that ice, you guys. I'm going to look at the Carolina Hurricanes in the first period in this one. I think they get it done in the first period on that puck line at -0.5. We're getting it at +148. So I love the value here. I love them to start this game off strong versus a team that they normally dominate over for the full game. I wouldn't be shocked if the Devils end up breaking this losing streak. I just don't want to bet it at +126. I don't think there's enough value for me here. But I think the value is on the Canes in that first period. This team just so strong and dominant on home ice. And I'm, like I said, going to hit that over, even though it is scary with the goaltending we have. I love Jack Hughes over 4.5 shots on goal. I really do see him coming on and having a big day. He is such a pivotal player here for the New Jersey Devils. I hope you're getting some value at that over, because we see the Canes really limiting those shots on goal, the ability to get those shots, holding opponents to 26.2. So if anyone's going to go over on their shots, it would be Jack Hughes in this matchup. But it's going to be a hard one. I would like to look actually at what his shots on goal were the last time he faced the Carolina Hurricanes, because we can look at and see really how much they've limited him. So I'm just going to try to pull that up on my phone here, you guys. Much easier than pulling up anywhere else. Jack Hughes, he's just been such a star for us, for the New Jersey Devils. I can't believe how much money He has actually been making us. It's beautiful here. So when we look at Jack Hughes, he's got 26 goals on the season, 184 shots on goal. And if we look at his game log, the last time versus Carolina, Jack Hughes did get that goal versus Carolina in that last one. Let me just look at his stats here. You guys just bear with me. He did have 6 shots on goal in the last game versus Carolina. So I am perfectly happy taking him over that 4.5 shots on goal. He did get a goal as well. I think we look at these players to repeat what they did, especially just on the first. Carolina will need to find a way to lock him down, but Jack Hughes so phenomenally hard to lock down. Brett Burns, minus 130 for 2.5 shots on goal. Great way to go with that one as well. So you guys, let's move on to the next game. Like I said, 10 to go over, so we got to move quick here. The Seattle Kraken taking on the Buffalo Sabres. Buffalo just destroyed last night by the Flyers. I still can't get over it. They got shut out 4-0 loss. Now the Seattle Kraken played last night too. They beat Montreal 4-0. Grubauer expected here for the Seattle Kraken. He's got a 3.53 goals against average, and Eric Crombie expected here for the Buffalo Sabres. He's got a 3.62. We look at the Sabres, and they've got the second best power play overall in the league. We know the Seattle Kraken are struggling on that penalty kill. We have two teams that are really firing at the net as well. Seattle, not as much as the Buffalo Sabres, but Seattle's still able to get those goals. We were riding them over 3.5 last night. And there's no reason for me to think either of these teams is going to be limited in this one. I think we see a Buffalo team that is on a little bit of a tear in this game. They're going to be frustrated with themselves after being shut out to the Flyers. I actually wonder if they're kind of looking ahead to this game, knowing they were playing the Seattle Kraken here the next day. So the Sabres 6-0 in their last 6 versus the Western Conference, 8-1 in their last 9 overall, 4-1 in their last 5 home games, and the Kraken 4-0 in their last 4 overall, 5-1 in their last 6 versus teams with winning records. They are a little worrisome. They're 1-6 in their last 7 in the third game of a 3-4 situation. They're also 1-10 in their last 11 in the fourth game of a 4-6 situation. So I would lean towards the Buffalo Sabres here on home ice off a terrible, miserable game where they got shut out by the Flyers to come out and have a solid one here and get the win. But I think this is pond hockey at the end of the day. I'm going to take the over 6.5. I really do think we have a higher scoring one. I know Grubauer can be really good for the Seattle Kraken. I like him better at home. Eric Crombie is allowing these goals to come in as well. Kraken also playing on those back-to-backs do struggle. They're 3-8 in their last 11 on 0 days rest. So I think this is going to be one where I'm going to lean on the Sabres and I'm going to lean on the over 6.5. Let me know what you guys are liking in this one. Okay, the next game on the ice, we got the Vancouver Canucks taking on the Pittsburgh Penguins. Can we trust the Vancouver Canucks? I cannot trust the Vancouver Canucks. Oh, excuse me. I got short of breath. I don't know why. It's like all of a sudden I felt like I was running. Maybe I was talking too fast. Okay. The Vancouver Canucks expected to start Spencer Martin here. He's got a 3.67. Tristan Jarry expected for the Pittsburgh Penguins. He's got a 2.75. Both these teams are finding the back of the net with the Canucks coming out, averaging that 3.38 and 30.1 shots on goal. And the Pittsburgh Penguins averaging that 3.26 and a 32.2. Now, the great thing about the Pittsburgh Penguins is they really limit their penalties. They're not spending a lot of time in the box. They are returning from a home trip. And this is one of the situations where I do like to fade teams returning from a home trip, but I can't here. The Penguins off a 7-day or more road trip in their last 8 home games have gone 6-2. So they're strong off that road trip. No matter if they're positive or negative on that road trip, they do play strong. But they're coming in here minus 200 and plus 164 for the Vancouver Canucks. They failed to cover the puck line in their last 8 games against Pacific Division opponents. So they haven't been blowing them out. They're also 6-12 on that puck line at home, while we have the Vancouver Canucks 11-9 on the road. So I was looking at a couple things in this one. When I first looked at it, I was leaning to the Vancouver Canucks to keep it tight at +1.5 at -145. But I don't think I can get there. I don't trust in the Vancouver Canucks enough to keep this tight, although I could see them doing it. I trust in the Pittsburgh Penguins more on home ice off this road trip to have a phenomenal game. They're coming in off a win. We can get them in 60 minutes at -130. And I think there is value in that. Between these two, the home team has gone 4-1 in the last 5 meetings, a favorite 5-1 in the last 6. And the Penguins playing on 1 day's rest are 8-2 in their last 10 games playing on that 1 day's rest. I also lean to the under in this game. The last 4 games have gone under the total. And in Pittsburgh, the last 14 meetings, we've seen 9 of those go under, 1 of those push at that total. So I'm going to lean on the under 6.5 here and the Penguins on home ice. We got Casey DeSmith confirmed. Okay. I still like the Pittsburgh Penguins with Casey DeSmith confirmed. You guys, thank you for joining me. Yeah, take them in 60. You're getting at -120 again. The reason why you shop those lines, make sure you get the best value, guys. Head on over to Betstamp, use referral code Madden over there. Let's make some freaking money, Johnny. We got a couple more to go. Joe, thank you for joining us here today as well. Okay, let's talk the Winnipeg Jets and the Detroit Red Wings. Now the Winnipeg Jets coming in here at -137 for the Winnipeg Jets. Detroit +114. And you guys know you all know I love a home underdog. Can't get there with the Red Wings. The Red Wings just struggling as of late. Yes, they have Husso expected in goal tonight. And I do have some faith in Husso. He's got a 2.95 goals against average. Connor Hellebuck is stronger at home than he is on the road. So he's rolling in here with a 2.3, but a lot of that weight does come from his home record. But the Winnipeg Jets are just playing so strong at the moment. It's hard not to take them here for a big win. This is another one like I like the Kings last night for the big win. You can grab the Winnipeg Jets here on the money line at -137. I'm going to take the Winnipeg Jets on that puck line at -1.5 at +170 because you guys know I'm a freaking idiot and love that plus money. And if I didn't take them here with that plus money, I'd be kicking myself when they win this game by 2 goals. I really do think Detroit struggles to score in this one. Trying to look at value. If you wanted to bet against Detroit's team total, the under 2.5 is +104. They've been held to only 4 goals in their last 3 games. And I think the defense of the Winnipeg Jets is so phenomenally strong, only allowing that 2.58 and 31.4 shots on net, that we will see the Detroit Red Wings held to under 2.5. But guys, I also didn't see the Flyers winning that game yesterday. So this one worries me slightly on that puck line because it's go big or go home for me, but I can't just take the value on that money line. I don't think it's enough for me. So I've got to hit the Jets -1.5 at +170. The Red Wings 1-4 in their last 5 overall, 2-7 in their last 9 games. The Jets have won 5 of the last 7 meetings. Now, we did see the Red Wings win the last game. It was last season, a 3-1. The Jets 4-0 in their last 4 games, following a win too, also 6-1 in their last 7 games on 1 day's rest. While I do think this is a big win for the Jets at -1.5 on that puck line at +170, I think it stays under the total. I really do not see the Detroit Red Wings scoring in this one. I think this is a 4-1 game for the Winnipeg Jets, which keeps us under the total of 6. You're going to take the Jets on the money line and the under 7.5. I like it there, Benji. Dead Wings. I like the name Dead Wings. Jason, I think you threw that out before. I like it. I'm going to start adding that in, saying the Dead Wings. It's a good one there. Okay. The Dallas Stars taking on the New York Islanders. Wow, this is going to be a hard game, you guys. This is a really hard game to handicap. The Dallas Stars rolling in here at -118. Expected to start Jake Ottinger. We know how phenomenal Jake Ottinger is. I was so glad that he stayed with the Dallas Stars and didn't come into the Pacific Division. I tell you that. He's got a 2.34 goals against average. You've got Sorokin here expected for the New York Rangers. He's got a 2. 0.35. Now, we've got a stronger face-off out of the Dallas Stars. They're off a win. The Islanders coming in, losing their last two. The Islanders are a team that I really struggle to get behind because they've been so inconsistent, especially on the road. They lost that one to Calgary. They're 12-6, though, at home this season. Now, the Dallas Stars won the earlier matchup back in November, going 5-2, and the Stars have struggled in New York. And this is the kicker for me. Looking at them here, they're 2-6 in their last 8 meetings in New York. The home team has gone 5-0 in the last 5 meetings. So this home ice advantage is huge between these two. 4-1 in the last 5 games, playing on 3 days or more rest as well for the Islanders. They are coming in rested and ready for this Dallas Stars team. Off those 2 losses, I think the Islanders get this one done at -102. You guys know I love a home underdog. We're not getting plus money with this home underdog, but we're paying just slight juice. So I'm going to roll with the Islanders here to get a big win in this one. And that is true. You're going to pass on it, Benji. Matt saying no Hines here for Dallas. Dallas is such a good team, though. They are so deep. Next man up is a huge thing with this team. I worry because I can't love the Islanders with their inconsistencies, but I do think this is one where they get the win here. It's going to be a battle. Dallas does not play well in New York. Okay. Wouldn't it be a fun day if we didn't talk my Calgary Flames? You guys taking on the St. Louis Blues. Calgary coming in here at -176. St. Louis Blues at +146. Total sitting at 6. Now, Jacob Markstrom is expected for the Calgary Flames. He's got a 2.8 goals against average. Binghamton expected here for the St. Louis Blues. He's got a 3.27. Now, the Blues are off a win, returning home from a road trip. They won this matchup back in middle December, 5-2 over the Calgary Flames. Calgary is off a loss. Do you guys realize who Calgary lost to? Like, can I just strangle my Calgary Flames? I can't believe Daryl Sutter is letting any of them live right now. They lost to the Blackhawks 4-3 in overtime. I don't even know how that is possible for Calgary to lose to the Blackhawks, but it happens, you guys. The Flames have gone 1-7 in the last 8 meetings with the St. Louis Blues. I don't know what to tell you. My Flames make me want to shake them. But I think in this one, we look at Calgary. St. Louis is still dealing with injuries. Their next man up has been phenomenal for them. But I just can't get behind the St. Louis Blues here, even when the underdog has won the last 8 games for St. Louis. St. Louis at home just hasn't been playing their best hockey. They're 2-6 in their last 8 home games. They're 2-8 in their last 10 games playing on 1 day's rest. Now they are good in the fourth game of a 4-6 situation, going 8-3. But I think Calgary here comes out strong. I know they've struggled on the road. I know they've struggled in St. Louis. I know they struggled against St. Louis, only winning 1 of the last 8 meetings. But I think we can take Calgary in regulation. I'm getting that at -106. These two teams play today, and then they play on Thursday. I do think with St. Louis returning home off a road trip, this is a great place to take the Calgary Flames in regulation. Can they win both of these battles with the St. Louis Blues? I don't think so. Would I be shocked here if the Blues win both? No, because Calgary has absolutely been shooting themselves in the foot left, right, and center. This team should be so much better than it is, so much better on paper than what we're seeing them perform at. I think the best bet in this one is to take the over 6 in this game. Now, I know Jacob Markstrom and Jordan Binnington are strong goalies, but what we've seen out of the St. Louis Blues, they're really able to find the back of the net hard and fast, and Calgary's going to have to keep up in this game. I don't think this is a game where Calgary's defense is going to control this game. I think Calgary will have to outscore the St. Louis Blues to get this done. So give me the over 6 as the best bet. 4 of the last 5 meetings have gone over. 1 is pushed. We have this total sitting solid at 6. So we might get the push there, but I do think this is a 3-4 style game, hitting 7, getting us over that total. Drop the lock. Trying. Trying. We got it with the Kings yesterday. I really do think we're going to get a nice big win today. I would look at the Winnipeg Jets. I think that's the lock of the day. But let's get back to talking about the rest of these games, and we'll do the recap, you guys. We got two more games on the board with the San Jose Sharks taking on the Arizona Coyotes. Give me the home dog. We got the Arizona Coyotes coming in here at plus 115. You guys know I love a home dog. We got a total of 6.5. San Jose Sharks. I can't lay -1, almost 40 here on the Sharks. James Reimer expected for them. He's got a 3.22 goals against average of Amelka expected for the Coyotes. He's got a 3.33. Now, the Coyotes struggle to get the shots on goal, only averaging 25 shots and 2.74 goals per game. The Sharks are getting those shots, are getting those goals, but something tells me this Arizona Coyotes team is going to get the win at home. They are strong on their home ice, and the home team has won all four of the last 4 meetings. The Sharks are 0-4 in their last 4 meetings in Arizona as well. Now, they did get the win back in December 3-2. They lost their last 2 games. They lost to the Bruins on Saturday at home. It was a 4-2 loss. This is the first game of a 2-game, just short road trip here. Give me the Arizona Coyotes. But I do think that you look at this total, 6.5. We got another game of pond hockey. I'm looking for both of these teams to put up the goals. The over is 6-1-1 in the last 8 meetings between these two, and 8-1 in the last 9 meetings in Arizona. So over. You're right. This one is going over that total. Might be a good one to look at those team totals, whichever team you believe in more. If you believe in the Sharks more, look at their team total. Them coming in as the favorite, you're going to get over 3.5. The Arizona Coyotes, I definitely think, get 3 in this. Their team total is 2.5. So depending which way you like it, guys. But I'm going to ride with the home dog. I love a home dog. You guys know that. And the next game on the board, the last game on the board, we have the Florida Panthers taking on the Colorado Avalanche. Now, the Panthers coming in here plus 112. Colorado minus 134 here at home. This total has climbed up to 6.5. It's going to be an interesting one here. Bobrovsky expected for the Florida Panthers. He's got a 3.26 goals against average. And we have Alexander Georgiev expected here for the Colorado Avalanche. He's got a 2.67. Now, we have a better power play out of the Colorado Avalanche. And I love how limited their penalty minutes are. This team does not take the penalties. They might start it, but they're not the ones getting the penalties. They're only averaging 8.7 minutes in the box. Now, the Florida Panthers not almost double it, but 1.5 times it. They are averaging 11.9 minutes in the box per game. With the ability of the Colorado Avalanche on that power play, it's going to be a scary situation for the Florida Panthers if they get all of these penalties in this one. Now, the Panthers are getting these shots on goal, averaging 35.7 shots on goal per game. So this is one where I would shot prop this, looking at those shots on goal for the stars of the Florida Panthers, like Matthew Tkachuk, going over their shots. Now, they lost their last game to the Dallas Stars. That was a 5-1 loss. This Florida Panthers team is going to come in really hungry, but I think the value is on the Colorado Avalanche here at home at minus 134. It is juiced, and I would like to take them here on the puck line, but I can't get there. I think this is a tight game. The underdog has also gone 6-2 in the last 8 meetings. So this is going to be a hard one for the Avs to win, but I do think they get it. We also look at the Panthers versus teams with winning records. They haven't won one of their last 5 versus teams with winning records. So the Avalanche come in here rested. With that rest, they've had 2 days 2 days rest here. They are 14-3 in their last 17 on that 2 days rest. And at 6.5, you guys have to lean to the under 6.5. I think this just is a little high. I think this is a 3-2 style game, 4-2 if that empty netter comes in for the Colorado Avalanche. But I do think we see these shots flying. I might look at Georgiev for his shots on his save shots on goal. Actually, we're going to pull that up right now. Alexander is coming in at Bobrovsky for the shutout. I don't think that happens. Bobrovsky for his save shots is 29.5. That is interesting. And Georgiev is 28.5, you guys. Both juiced to that over. Let's just look at these numbers again. So we have Bobrovsky with a 3.26 goals against average. Hang on, let me just make sure I wrote my notes here right. Bobrovsky coming in at 29.5. That is right. Colorado putting up that 33.3 shots on goal. They are expecting Bobrovsky to have a really solid day. Georgiev coming in here at 28.5. The Florida Panthers actually put up more shots. Why I thought I didn't write this right, because I really expected these numbers to be flipped. We know the Florida Panthers are putting up so many shots on goal at 35.7. For Georgiev to come in only at 28.5. It's really interesting at minus 112. Almost like they don't think Colorado is going to be able to stop these shots on goal because, oh, that's interesting. It feels to me like the books think the Florida Panthers are going to win this game with that line. I'm still going to lean on the Colorado Avalanche here. I'm going to lean on Alexander Georgiev to get over 28.5 save shots on goal. Florida Panthers are averaging 35.7, and the Colorado Avalanche are allowing 32 shots on goal per game. So I do think he gets over his number. For Bobrovsky here, we're seeing minus 126 to the over, 29.5 save shots on goal. Now, this is going to be a little harder here with Colorado Avalanche only averaging that 33.3 and the Panthers holding opponents to 31.8. But I do think it happens in this one. I think we see the shots flying. I think Bobrovsky and Alexander Georgiev really do play solid games in this one. I know we have seen Bobrovsky let in more goals, but I'm going to ride both goalies over their save shots on goal. Avs do let up the goals. It worries me because I lean to the under. I feel like the books are telling me to take the Florida Panthers, you guys. This one is messing with my head that we are getting 1 point higher, 1 goal higher for Bobrovsky's save shots on goal than we are for Georgiev, because we see the Florida Panthers getting way more shots on goal. This is one. See my notebook? I circled it like 5 million times why this is happening. Interesting game. I might stay off the side in this one. With that, it makes me lean towards the Florida Panthers here. So I'm not going to touch it, you guys. What I'm going to do is just take the under 6.5. Let's do the recap. Let's build the parlay and let's get moving. Just give me 1 second to do one thing here. Panthers team total. Yeah, I would probably look at the Panthers team total. My struggle with the Panthers team total is that I really don't know which way to go with that after looking at these goalie props. These goalie props do tell us a lot. So grab the middle in this game. I'm going to hit the under, you guys. Okay, let's quickly do the recap and let's build the parlay. We have the Columbus Blue Jackets taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Sorry, my phone. I told you. That's why I had to quickly text. I don't know why people think. I've got like 5 people texting me right now. I'm on air. They all know I'm on air. They get notifications. The Columbus Blue Jackets, the Tampa Bay Lightning. I've got to take Tampa in the first period at minus 0.5 on that puck line. We're getting that at minus 112. For the parlay, that's what I'm going to take in the parlay. I can't realistically take Tampa on that money line in a parlay at minus 480. Makes me almost feel sick to my stomach. But on that puck line first period at minus 112, I also think that's one of the best bets of the day, you guys. The Minnesota Wild and the New York Rangers kick off at 7. I'm going to take the Rangers here at home. I'm going to take the Rangers on the money line for the parlay at minus 140. I do think this one stays under the total of 6. Now, the New Jersey Devils and the Carolina Hurricanes are going to take the Canes in the first period at minus 0.5 plus 148. I think it's the best way I can take this game. We know that I really do think that these teams are so strong defensively. It should stay under the total, but it's bit me in the ass way too many times. I got to ride the over if I'm looking at a total. But Kane's first period on the puck line, plus 148, I think is the best way to go for this game. Seattle Kraken and the Buffalo Sabres. I got to take the Sabres here off that shutout loss. I think the Kraken will have tired legs on the back-to-back. So give me the Buffalo Sabres. I think the best bet of this game is to take the over 6.5. So I'm going to take the Kraken and the Sabres over 6.5 for the parlay. The Vancouver Canucks and the Pittsburgh Penguins. I'm going to take the Penguins in 60 minutes. The Penguins just on the money line for the parlay, but I think the Penguins in 60 minutes is a great single bet here at minus 130. These teams trend to that under. I'm going to stay off this total here. The last time these two teams played, they hit that total of 6. Now, the Winnipeg Jets and the Detroit Red Wings. For the parlay, I'm going to take the Winnipeg Jets here on the money line at minus 137. But like I said, you guys, this is one I really feel like the Winnipeg Jets are going to come out, win it big on that puck line. I'm going to take the minus 1.5 at plus 170 on that puck line. The Detroit Red Wings team total under 2.5 at plus 104. I think is another great way to go with this one. I really do struggle to see the Red Wings scoring in this one. I'm going to take the under as well. 5-1 to the last 6 meetings to that under. And I think this is a game where the Jets completely dominate. I think Detroit gets 1 goal. I really can't see Winnipeg getting more than 4 unless there's another empty netter. And we've got a total sitting here at 6. So at the worst, we push it. They get that 5 with the empty netter. I think this is a 4-1 game in this one. The Dallas Stars and the New York Islanders. You guys, again, Islanders at home in this game. I think that they come out strong off those 2 losses. I just can't trust the Stars on home ice. Give me the Islanders for the parlay on the money line. The Calgary Flames and the St. Louis Blues. I think Calgary in regulation get the job done in this one. But I think for Calgary to get the job done and for the Blues in this game, we know both can light up the net offensively. I think the best bet to put in the parlay is the over 6. And I think it's the best bet of the game too. Because at the end of the day, how far can I trust my Calgary Flames after losing to the Blackhawks, you guys? Now, the San Jose Sharks and the Arizona Coyotes. Give me the home dog here of the Coyotes at plus 115. Absolutely love them in this situation on home ice. The Sharks have struggled in Arizona, not winning one of their last 4. I think this is another pond hockey game. So give me the Sharks and Coyotes over 6.5. The Florida Panthers and the Colorado Avalanche. I think, look at the Florida Panthers shots on goal tonight. You guys are going to get these shots. This goalie situation with these prop bets here really has thrown me off this game. I was looking at Colorado at home. Bobrovsky coming in at more save shots on goal at 29.5 when the Florida Panthers average more shots on goal. This line should be flipped, which is telling me something. I think they feel like the Florida Panthers are going to win this one, which scares the heck out of me. I'm not going to take a side. Now, after looking at these goalie props, if I had to take a side, it would be the Florida Panthers in this with the plus money here on the road. They've been struggling on the road too, so it doesn't feel good in my gut. I'm going to take the under 6.5 in this one. I think we have a really solid goaltending game out of both of these goalies. So I'm going to take the under 6.5. I'm going to leave this game out of the parlay. Those goalie props threw me off this game. So to recap this parlay, I'm going to take Tampa minus 0.5 in the first period at minus 112. The Rangers on the money line, the Canes in the first period on the puck line, minus 0.5 at plus 148. The Kraken, and again, those first period bets between Tampa and the Carolina Hurricanes, those are my best bets of the day. And we'll get to the next one. The Kraken and the Sabres, over 6.5. The Penguins on the money line. The Winnipeg Jets on the money line. Winnipeg Jets on the puck line, minus 0.5 at plus 170. I think my favorite bet of the day. Islanders on the money line, the Calgary and the Blues over 6.5, and the Sharks and the Coyotes over 6.5. You guys, it's going to be a great day on the ice. I hope you guys have a good one. Yes, the Kings cashed the first period on that puck line. They cashed us the full game on the puck line. It was a beautiful, beautiful game on the puck line. We got burnt on a couple, but not the Kings. The Kings on that puck line that first period, winning that first period 2-1 over them. I like the Flames over 3.5. I do like the Flames over 3.5. I think that's a great way to go as well. Let's get some money tonight, you guys. It's going to be a great night on the ice. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me here today. Make sure you hit that like, make sure you hit that subscribe, and I will see you back here tomorrow at 3:30 Eastern. Bye, guys.